Look at these little pups. We got a pup that's a little timid. You can see she's licking her lips. That's normally a calming signal, or she just ate something. Her ears are a little uncontrollable. She can't really control her ears, so we can't really read that body language. And then we got Callie, who's just ready to play. And then we also got me. Hey guys, welcome to Makes It Happen, my Monday night show on Parachute TV. Today I have two dogs for you. I have our normal, beautiful dog, Callie girl. Hi, Callie. And then I also got Bambi. And I am actually babysitting the Bambi girl. I'm babysitting Bambi. And Bambi is a little, just a little timid. Not a lot. Not so timid where you're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with that dog? Was it abused? Nothing like that. Just a little timid. So sometimes she just wants to view before she dives in head first. Where Callie is just like, oh my gosh, there's a party going on. Let me grab my fake ID and I'll be right over. How do I get my dog to stay off my couch? It's really easy. The first thing you do is you throw away your couch into the dumpster and your dog will not even have the opportunity to go on it. If that is not an option, you can also do this. When your dog is not on the couch, go ahead and reward your dog. Right now, what's happening is your dog is jumping up on the couch, and then let's say the couch is here, and you're saying, hey, get off of there, stop it. And your dog gets off or doesn't or whatever, but they still get on the couch because your dog has learned that in order to get rewarded, they need to jump up on the couch. Because even if you don't think you're rewarding your dog, if you're giving your dog attention, you're actually rewarding your dog. So every time your dog jumps up on the couch and you tell your dog to get off, it is very likely that you're rewarding your dog for getting on the couch, and therefore they are going to continue to get on that. Guys, if that makes sense, will you just everyone write yes in the comments, because I see no hearts, no comments. I want to make sure this is broadcasting and that what I'm saying makes sense. So write yes if that makes sense in the comments. We have one person, yes. Perfect. A few of you are participating. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. I love you. All right. So feed your dog and give your dog attention when your dog is not on the couch. And then when your dog does go on the couch, all you're going to do is ask your dog to get off. So you say, hey, come here, get off. Good. And then you would go sit down, wait maybe a few seconds to start, and then build that up to 30 seconds, a minute, etc. And after a few seconds, feed your dog for not being on the couch. We want to change the reinforcement. Now, if your dog is hopping up on the couch when you leave the house, then what I like to do is just kind of, like for a few weeks, put some books or something on the couch when I leave, and they'll be like, oh, that's not comfortable because there's a book in my way, assuming your dog doesn't chew up books, and then they'll start to sleep somewhere else. When you come home and you've seen them laying down somewhere else, reward that behavior. All right, I will take another question right now. Okay, go. Next question. By the way, there's my dog Callie, painting right there over her food bowls. No questions. You guys all have perfect dogs. Congratulations. You represent the 0.01% of dog owners in America. That's just fantastic. Good job. Seriously, no dog questions. Well, let me introduce myself then. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kyle Kittleson. I'm an animal behaviorist and dog trainer. I've worked with over more than 2 dozen species. What if I said more than 2 species of animals? More than 2 dozen species of animals. Callie is a white lab. My puppy goes to the bathroom in the house sometimes still. Very normal. How do I get my best dogs for training medium sized. Best dogs for training medium sized. I don't know what you mean by any of that. You'll have to rewrite your question because I don't understand. But I've worked with exotic animals like dolphins, penguins. Is a biter? So you're asking me how to get your dog to stop biting? Just ask me your question. And I've also worked with tons of breeds of dogs. I don't know if I've worked with every single one, because there are just so many, but I've worked with tons of breeds of dogs, from puppies to old dogs to blind dogs and deaf dogs, agility training, all of that. And you can find a lot of information on dog training and whatnot on kylekittleson.com. Oh my gosh, Professor, you have no idea. What is a good breed for first-time dog owners? I'm actually doing a Facebook Live on that very topic on Tully's Training's Facebook page, either Wednesday or Friday. I need to look at my calendar. But let me tell you, for first-time dog owners, there are pros and cons to lots of different breeds, but here's what you need to know. Just because you get a certain breed, Callie's 4, does not mean that there are definite traits or not. Meaning, that's like saying all people with brown hair are smart and blondes are dumb. Sure, some blondes are dumb and some people with brown hair are smart, but there are plenty of smart people with blonde hair and dumb people with brown hair. So these types of rules of like, oh, well, if you get a lab, they'll never bite your kid because labs don't bite, is a stereotype, and we know that stereotypes are often not true, and they're definitely not true for every single dog out there. So when you are getting your, yes, labs are good dogs. When you are getting your dog, really look at that attitude and attention of each individual dog. So if you go to the pound, if you go to a breeder, if you go to a rescue group, spend some time with that dog before you get it and look at how they're acting. Are they really scared? Are their ears down? Are their tails tucked in between their legs? If so, why is that? Maybe you know, maybe you don't. Maybe the dog was abused. Maybe it's just a shy dog and needs some socialization. Does the dog approach you excited? Does the dog not approach you excited? You want to get an idea of like, all right, am I vibing with this dog or not? And so Tully's Training actually offers a service to help people find the right dog for them. Because if you're an older couple who just retired, maybe you don't want a puppy, right? Because you've got months of exhausting potty training and basic obedience training and craziness that you're going to have to deal with. Chocolate is really bad for dogs if it's in high quantities. If your dog eats an M&M, it'll probably be fine, but you should call a vet. I have to hang around an aggressive dog next week. How do I establish trust when I meet him? Well, first of all, if you're hanging around with a dog that is known to be aggressive, the first priority is keeping you and the dog safe. So I would not go and immediately start interacting with that dog without proper precautions. I try not to give advice on aggressive dogs over Periscope or live streaming because it needs to be handled so delicately that I would want to see the dog in person, and if I could do that, I could tell you exactly what to do. But to establish trust is pair yourself with something that's really rewarding. Now, if the dog is food aggressive and they find food rewarding, don't do that because the dog's going to bite your hand off. But assuming the dog is just territorial or something and you approach the dog and you have some food, you can ask it to sit, give it some food, and now you're starting to create that bond and create that trust, and you've also paired yourself with something that the dog finds rewarding, and hopefully over time they'll find you rewarding. Right, Callie? All right, I'm going to show you guys some of Callie's behaviors so you can see just through positive reinforcement training, no aversives, no deltas, no punishment. We're not pinning our dog to the ground. None of that nonsense you see on TV. Just basic, beautiful, positive reinforcement training, what's possible. And Bambi will probably just watch. But so, Callie, come over here. And we're not using treats either. Stay. I'm going to bend this down just a little. Is crating okay for puppies? Yeah. Crating is actually really great if it's done appropriately and you're not making your dog sit in there for 8 hours or something. All right, here we go. Spin. Good girl. Jump. Jump again. Good. Now spin that way. No, spin that way. Good job. All right, lay down. Good. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Over here. Behind me. Behind me over here. All right, ready? Go. 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 Go again. Good girl. Now go this way. And then go like that. And then go like that. And then go again. And then go again. And then go one more time. Good girl. All right, now ready? Sit. Good. All right, can you wave to everyone on Periscope? Can you wave? Wave. Wave. Good. All right, lay down. Good. Lay down. Good. Be a lady. Very nice. Can you be more of a lady? Be a lady. Good. What a good girl. All right, ready? Last one. Take a bow. Take a bow. Good girl. So those were some of her behaviors. You'll notice that none of them are behaviors that she needs to know, meaning they're not like sit, stay, lay down, come here, potty training. It's nothing like that. It's just fun stuff, and I do that because it keeps her mentally stimulated. How to get my dog to stop squatting like a puppy? I don't know what that even means. So I missed the next question. I need help with my dog. Great, this is your chance to get it. You got to let me know your question. The tan dog is just a mutt. Actually, I'm babysitting it, and on the medication it was just on, it says, what did it say? It was something crazy, like a Chihuahua German Shepherd mix. And I was like, how is that how is there German Shepherd in this dog? I don't know if that's what it was, but it was something crazy like that. How long can you leave a dog alone for? Well, can is a powerful word. I try to not leave Callie more than 4 hours by herself. She could go longer, but that's not the point. For puppies, there's this rule of thumb, and it's just a general rule. For every month they've been alive, you can leave them for 1 hour. So a 3-month-old could stay for 3 hours. Now, that doesn't mean a 24-month-old can stay for 24 hours by itself. But that's a good general rule of thumb. If you're going to leave your dog for more than a few hours, it's super important that you exercise your dog beforehand and really get them mentally and physically tired. I wrote about how to do this on my website, kylekittleson.com. I can talk about car training in just 2 minutes. What if you were working? Wow. Then you don't want to crate your dog for that long, but if your dog has the ability to relieve itself and it has access to water, and you can put some puzzle toys in its environment, then it can be left alone for longer. 6 hours a day, all right, there you go. Look, I'm not saying you people, it can't, I'm just saying this is what I do. I used to crate my dogs every night. Great. I'm very pro crate training if it's done correctly, positively, and it's a good experience for the animal. But if someone will write KyleKittleson.com in there, KyleKittleson, I could talk about that too. Hold on, let me just get this. So someone write KyleKittleson.com. Ready, Cal? Go. And if someone will do that, you guys can screenshot. No one's wanting to do it. Great. Thanks, guys. I'm over here sitting in my kitchen. You guys won't even write my website. But if you go, there it is, screenshot KyleKittleson.com before it goes away. Thank you, Sanam. Nice to see you. And you can read about how to properly exercise and mentally stimulate your dog. The first question that I remember someone asking is how to get your dog to ride in the car with you. You want to do short trips. You want to make them very rewarding. And if your dog is very scared about going in the car, then take them to your car and just feed them in the car. Never start it to start. And you'll slowly work your dog's reinforcement history with being in that car up and up and up, where soon they are fine being in the car. So start with just feeding them in the car. Don't turn it on, then turn on the car and feed them. And then, you want me to throw this ball again? And then take a short ride, etc. That was that. What is another question? Can't tire out a border collie. It can be very difficult. And normally a walk is not enough. You got to really get their heart rate up. Do you know any tips about an American Bulldog? Well, you're making an assumption that American Bulldog training would be vastly different than training another animal, and that's not necessarily the case. So if there's a specific problem, I can give you some tips. But honestly, guys, the same tips for an American Bulldog are going to be the same tips for a Golden Retriever or any other type of dog. The easiest way to teach your dog to sit is to find something that your dog likes, hover that reward over their head. Thank you, Sanam. You guys can screenshot there, right there. Go get your ball. Where's your ball? Go get it. And then as it hovers over their head, their butt will go down. Once their butt goes down and they go in that sit position, release the reward. How to get them to quit jumping on people. Guys, jumping, barking, and leash walking, or dogs who pull on the leash, those are the most annoying things a dog can do, in my opinion. Here is how you get your dog to stop jumping on people. The first thing you have to do is get your dog to stop, or you need to stop rewarding your dog. Callie, come, for jumping. So if Bambi jumped on me, Bambi, and they're playing with each other. All right, Cat, come here. Good girl. See how I'm rewarding her for not jumping on me? Now, if she was a dog who jumped, and all of a sudden she jumped on me, what I would do is I would, no touch. All right, there are 3 things. No touch, no eye contact, no talking. And as long as they're jumping on me, they're getting no touch, no eye contact, no talking. When they're not jumping on me, they get all three of those things. And that starts to tell the dog, all right, the best way for me to get attention is to not jump. But what most people do is the opposite. Their dog is jumping on them, and what do? They push them off, they look at them, and they say, get off. So the dog is getting eye contact, touch, and words. So the dog learns the quickest way for me to get attention is to jump on people. So that's what the dog does. So you have to reverse that. Guys, if that makes sense, will you write yes in the comments? Y-E-S, if that makes sense. Write yes in the comments. If it doesn't make sense, write no. Did I lose everybody? Dog is peeing and chewing on everything. What can I do? It sounds like your dog needs to, thank you for the yeses. It sounds like you need to exercise your dog more. You might not be exercising your dog at all. FYI, taking your dog out to go pee is not exercise. Taking your dog for a short, brisk walk is not exercise. That would probably reduce, if not eliminate, those problem behaviors. When you have two of behaviors like bad potty training and chewing, it's usually an exercise problem. Do male and female labs show different behavior characteristics? I think they do for the most part. However, it doesn't, thank you, Sam, you're so sweet. However, it doesn't, again, you can't just say this applies to every single breed or this applies to every single gender. Dogs are individuals just like people. I usually prefer female animals, just in general. Female animals have this, like, and I'm totally generalizing, but this, like, confidence about them. Because in the wild, the female animals just rule the pack, right? Killer whales, the female is leader of the pod. Lions, the men are quote unquote the leaders, but the females do all the work, right? They hunt and, take care of their young and give birth and do all these things. And so I just gravitate more towards female animals, but not always, of course not always, but I tend to like female animals more. What's so funny that I said? Hi, what are we doing in the, oh, bye, okay. Not peeing, I meant teething. Well, if your dog's young, he'll grow out of it. Make sure your dog has plenty of toys, though, to chew on. I think my dog is depressed. What are the signs? What do I do? Saluki owners? I don't know what those are. What are the best ways? How long should I wait before? Oh my god, female dogs rule. Thank you for the information. Oh my gosh, someone just asked me a question and I was about to answer it, and then I forgot. What was your question that you just asked me? Somebody asked a real question, not a joke question. And then I kept reading the comments and ended up forgetting. I don't remember what it was. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, depressed. I do think animals can get depressed. However, I don't. We want to be careful with how anthropomorphic we're being with animals, including our dogs. Even though with Callie, my dog, I'm very anthropomorphic. However, again, exercise and diet are going to be key to that. If your dog is locked up all day, you're going to see an attitude change. If your dog isn't getting the nutrients it needs, you're going to see an energy, decrease in energy. So make sure that you guys are feeding and exercising your dog. I'll show you what I feed Callie. I feed her what I believe is the best dog food in the entire world. I feed her Answers dog food. She already knows what it is. Let's see, Callie, do you have any? Yeah, you have some right here. They've already thought out. So she gets fed twice a day. Callie. She gets meat, raw, organic, grass, like all organic meat. Right here. She gets that in the morning. So we take that meat and then we drizzle. Ooh, I just got some blood on my arm. It's really meat. And they put some eggs in there with the shell and some vegetables too. And we drizzle fish stock over the meat. You guys can screenshot this if you would like. This is the name of the company, Answers Pet Food. And then at night she gets fermented raw cow's milk kefir cow's milk. So this is what she gets at night. She drinks this at 7 o'clock, so after this, she hasn't had it tonight, so she'll get this right after this broadcast. And probably 10 minutes after she gets it, she curls up and goes to sleep. So we just call it her bedtime Milky. And once we started feeding this to Callie, it's called Answers Pet Food, right here. They also have cats as well. Wolf hybrids. I don't think people should have those. I don't think, most people don't know how to handle their dog, so I don't think that they are ready for a wolf hybrid. And I've worked with 2, and it was crazy. What was I saying? Oh, when we started feeding, can dogs look up? Yes. What causes hair loss? Sometimes it's allergies. When we started feeding Callie Answers, there were a lot of behavioral changes in just terms of her being, I think, better, happier. Not to be anthropomorphic, but happier. But what I really noticed, and not to get gross, is that her poops were really small because she was absorbing everything she was eating. There was not a lot of waste. Is it okay to wear my dogs for? I have a scorpion and a king cobra in the garage. Cool. All right, guys, that is my time for this show. Thank you guys for joining. If you have any dog training or animal behavior questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Kyle Kittleson. My handle is in the title of this broadcast, and you can find me on all social media, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Instagram, the whole deal, Busker, Periscope, at Kyle Kittleson. Thank you, Parachute TV, for having me. And again, if you want your dog to be eating what I believe is the best possible dog food for them, you want to look up Answers Pet Food. All right, thank you, Sanam. There it is. You guys can screenshot KyleKittleson.com for more tips and tricks on training your dog.